What's good, YouTube? This is Googa2Lovely. I'm back with another 2K24 video. Today, this is another build, a point guard build. I told you guys a while back that I promised to make an actual point guard build. I know it's been a while, but without further ado, you know I keep my intro short and sweet. If you guys like this video, please drop a like. And if you guys rock with my content, please subscribe to the channel. It's all free and it helps me out more than you guys could ever imagine. We're almost at 200 subscribers, so let's get that final push. All of my other socials are in the description and my Discord server is in the description. So if you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. Come pull up and say what's good. But that's it for the intro shit. Let's get right into this build. All right, so I skipped the handedness and jersey number stuff. Let me move my face cam real quickly. But the reason why I skipped it is because it's not important, okay? None of that shit matters. So we're here in the custom template. Now, the title of this video, the best all-around point guard build. All around, meaning it could do everything somewhat good at the very least, okay? So we're not gonna make a little guard for this video. The height we're gonna set to is 6'6". We're gonna set the weight to the very minimum, 180 pounds, and we're gonna set the wingspan to a 6'8". That'll give you these attributes right here. Let me move my face cam back over. So now let's head into these attributes. Let me pull up the screenshot that I took. So when it comes to finishing, when we're talking about all around, you need it to be at least solid in everything. So the driving dunk, let's go ahead and turn that up to a 75. Based on the builds that I have seen and made, and based on what I've heard from other creators, a 75 driving dunk is the perfect kind of like budget sweet point that you could get. It gives you a lot of the good animations, including anything athletic. You're gonna unlock all of these with a 75 driving dunk, and I think you get pro contact alley-oops, not dunks but alley-oops, so that's a plus. The next thing we're gonna do is turn our driving layup to a 72. What that's gonna do is gonna give you a few badges. So as you can see right here, you're gonna get Silver Giant Slayer, you're gonna get Slithery, Silver Bunny, Gold Pro Touch. That's a really important part. And you're gonna see all the other shit it lets you unlock when I touch the physicals. So that's all you're gonna do for finishing. I think that's pretty solid. Now let's go ahead into the shooting. We're maxing out the three-pointer at a 92. Simple as that. Gold blinders, gold deadeye, silver limitless range, silver agent threes, and look at all these other badges. Gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist, gold green machine, gold space creator. I mean, you basically get all the critical badges at gold, obviously minus the limitless range and the agent threes. But let me tell y'all something, limitless range is a really expensive badge this year. So a lot of the builds that you play against, a lot of the builds that you see me play on, they don't even have silver limitless range, and I'm still greening the way that I do with a bronze limitless range. Some builds I don't even have limitless range, period. So having a silver limitless range, that's a pretty big jump. The mid-range we're not gonna touch. 77 is more than plenty to hit a mid-range shot. I green mid-ranges consistently on my pure lockdown build. I think he has a 64. So 77 is more than enough for people of all skill levels to green from the mid-range. Now for the free throw, we're gonna go ahead and bump this up to an 84. Now I know that sounds like a weird number, but you get silver free ones, and I'll explain to you why it's kind of at a weird threshold with an 84. But having an 84 free throw is good, because if you ever want to play the fives, if you ever want to leave the park, you're greening all your free throws. So shooting, we got shooting looking right, okay? Now let's get into the playmate. For the ball handle, crank this up to a 92. What does a 92 give you? You get gold unpluckable, gold ankle breaker, which actually works this year a lot more than you think. And when we touch the physicals, you're gonna see all the other playmaking badges that we get. But a 92 is going to set you up to have at least gold in all the major badges. Now for the pass accuracy, we're going to jack this up to an 87. Why specifically an 87? Because that's the minimum you need for bronze bailout. Now whenever I'm playing, especially on a ball dominant build that I'm ISOing on, bailout is a really important badge to have. And I think it's worth the sacrifice, jacking the pass accuracy all the way up to an 87 to get your bronze bailout. Because especially for someone with my playstyle, you would be surprised how often you bail out of jump shots, or you drive and you think you have a dunk but you have to bail out. It's a lifesaver. Even just on bronze, it's a lifesaver. Now for the speed with ball, we're going to crank that up to an 83. So the playmaking is looking right. Let's go ahead and head into this defense. Now I said all around, right? So this build is gonna have some solid defense. Perimeter defense up to a 76. What is a 76 perimeter defense gonna give you? That's gonna give you clamps. It's not gonna be high, but you're gonna have clamps. Next, we're gonna get the steal, rank that up to an 81. You're gonna get bronze glove, silver interceptor, and bronze right stick ripper. Now, one disclaimer I will make. If you want your build to be more defensively oriented, by all means, I highly recommend you guys to try to sacrifice something in the other categories and work your way up to an 84 steal, because that gives you silver glove and silver right stick ripper on top of silver interceptor. That's gonna make you even more lethal on defense. But for me personally, I know how to time my steals well. Bronze glove is probably all I'll need. I've been getting good passing lane steals with that silver interceptor. So there, I'm just gonna let it rock. That's all we're gonna touch for defense. We're not gonna have crazy points to put into rebound or even the block or the interior D. But at the end of the day, you're a point guard. Having a point guard that's this offensively capable and still having some really solid defense, it's a luxury, I'm telling y'all. And now let's get into the physicals, because these physicals, they're gonna tie a lot of shit together about why I set the attributes in the other categories. So for the speed, we're gonna set that to an 82. What does that give you? That bumps your speed booster up to silver, and you get gold hyperdrive, an important badge if you like to get to the basket a lot. That's all the speed you need. With all the experiments being done with speed and acceleration, they don't play a huge role when it comes to your on-court performance. They really don't, I'm telling you. The biggest thing that speed and acceleration account for is your badge thresholds. So for the acceleration, we're gonna set that up as an 87. That gets your speed booster up to gold. That gets your blow by to gold. You're gonna get bronze fast feet, which is good for defense. It's a really good badge to have. And gold spot finder if that's how you like to play. Now for the strength, put this up to a 45. What does that do? That's the other attribute requirement to get bronze clamps. So now we have bronze clamps unlocked. Next for the vertical, we're gonna set our vertical to a 75. That is going to give you aerial wizard, posterizer, and that's going to be high enough for any package that you want in the game. Now the vertical is obviously something, if you don't really care too much about the finishing, you could probably bump that down to get your 84 steal. But one thing I will say is vertical is not all just about the dunks. You'd be surprised, having a high vertical helps you jump high for rebounds, jump high for blocks. It's a lot more than just dunks. And last but not least, we're gonna crank our stamina up to a 99. That gives you gold handles for days, bronze 94 feet, and bronze workhorse. You're getting defensive badges. This is an offensive point guard. This point guard is such a catfish build name because you're gonna see what it's called, but if you go up against this build, you're gonna look at that build name. You're gonna be very surprised at the defense that this build is gonna be able to play. So we're about to press A. Let me move my face cam over. And as you can see right here, we get our player comparisons. Kenny Smith, De'Aaron Fox, CJ McCollum. And as you can see, the build name is a three-point playmaker. So like I was saying earlier, three-point playmaker, that's an offensive PG. They're usually complete fucking vegetables on the defensive end. A lot of people are gonna see this misleading ass build name, three-point playmaker, and they're gonna be shocked when you're getting passing lane steals. You're gonna be ripping them every once in a while. You're gonna be staying with them. You have fast feet and clamps. And on top of that, you get all the offensive benefits to your needs. I hope you guys enjoy this build video. This is what I believe, as of this point in the game, to be the best all-around point guard build. If any new builds surface when people figure out the game that are better than mine, I will cover those builds. But if you guys stick through the entire video, please drop a comment down below. I would really appreciate it. I would like to know who rocks through my entire videos. I'm gonna get you guys some gameplay of this build soon. I actually did make this build a little bit ago. I just haven't had a lot of time to play on it because I've been grinding the ones core on my LeBron build, and I've been going crazy on my Road to Pro-Am Diamond series, which I play on my lock. So when I get some more free time, I'm gonna start grinding this build out. I'm gonna get you guys the gameplay. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, sub to the channel if you rock with my content, and I hope y'all have a lovely rest of your day.